I am so happy to be back on this mic again today. Welcome back to Conquering Your Sexy. My name is Cristina Flores, and I am, these titles are always so hard for me. Man, that's real. I'm a woman. I am a lover. I'm a friend. I am a woman trying to figure out her life. I am wearing blue today because I have been blue. I've been blue, and that is just the pure fact of it. And I've still been showing up and showing out and doing all the right things, but there's no getting around it. I've been blue. I am really passionate about helping others feel sexy, and my cup has felt pretty low. I've had not a lot to pour from, and I've still been pouring. And I'm really also passionate about making myself feel and getting to my sexiest version. I feel like I should restart. Let's see. Okay. Just be real, mama. You got this. My whole world's been misty blue. My name is Cristina Flores, and I am a multi-hyphenate human being. And that is one of the things that actually has caused me some of the most anxiety in my life, because I love so many different things and I have so many different passions. And sometimes I just don't know how to organize them all. I don't know how to pick one thing at a time. And then often I don't get to all the things that I want to do. I'm now 30, as some of you may know. And as a 30-year-old woman, there is a lot of pressure, whether we subscribe to it or not is a different scenario, but it's there. The pressure's there. There is a certain narrative of where you should be at, especially as a woman, because we have this biological clock that we're running on that men just don't have. So there's a lot of pressures that I'm feeling in my life right now. And I think that a lot of women are in the same place that I've been speaking to, who feel some sort of pressure to be a certain person at this age, to have certain things at this age, to look a certain way, to be doing certain things. And I really want to flip that on its head. And today we're going to be talking about how to get out of this blue phase. If you're in it, if you're gonna be in one, because you probably will, because that is life. We go through these waves and ups and downs of how we feel. And quite honestly, for me, I have been feeling, the reason why I've been feeling blue is because I feel disenchanted with my life. That's the truth. I feel somewhat disenchanted. And I am also trying to flip that on its head and figure out, how do we take the blinders off, and how do we figure out you're the only person who can change your life. Someone might give you an opportunity, sure, but you'll blow it if you're not ready. If you're not willing to put in the work, if you're not in the right headspace, you are the only person who can ultimately change your life. So how do we flip things on their head when we're feeling disenchanted, when we're feeling low, when we're feeling negative? What can we do? I'm going to give you 3 tools today that I use because I can't tell you what to do and I don't want to tell you what to do. But I think that this has been working for me and I have created such a great backbone of habits for myself so that when I get in these places, I don't feel like death. I think sometimes when you go through phases, you feel like it's never going to go away. It's life or death, at least for me. Feels like the world is going to be over. And I want to talk about getting a no, because getting a no is quite hard when you're not used to it and when it's not what you want to hear. And something that has become clear to me in the past year is that no's are just leading you to your yeses. Every single time that you get a no, it's because that wasn't meant for you. I know it wasn't meant for me. And sometimes it doesn't feel like that in the moment. It might not feel like that for a year. And then you realize, oh, I got that no because I was supposed to get this. And it gives you clarity. Every single time you get a no, every time I get a no, I'm like, oh, awesome. Whew. Another thing eliminated from my life, because there's so many things that I say yes to personally. And if you are also feeling like you resonate with that, no's actually can bring a lot of peace. And it doesn't mean that there's not going to be a yes. You just haven't found it yet. 3 tools that I use to get out of my blue phase. I don't deprive myself of getting help anymore. I'm a person who likes to keep things to myself when I'm feeling down. And I usually like to talk when I'm not feeling down. And I'm changing that because sometimes your head is just straight up your ass, plain and simple, and you have to get it out. And sometimes what you need to do in order to get your head out of your ass is you got to talk to somebody else who can give you a new perspective. There's always a million ways to look at the same situation. Sometimes you just can't see it. You got to get out of your fishbowl. You got to change your location. You got to write it down. You have to voice it out loud. And whether that's your therapist or your friend or somebody who's, not involved in your personal life so that, you don't feel like they're going to kind of be involved in your business, but being able to access some sort of sounding board. And like I said, that can be you. Write it down. I feel unhappy in this relationship. I can do better than this. I don't like how I'm acting right now. Don't eat the cookie. Whatever it is, write it down, say it out loud, and then access the help that you need in order to change whatever it is that you don't like about your current situation. Number 2 is don't be afraid to be uncomfortable or to be sad. It's okay. It is human to feel this range of emotions. If you were to feel happy all of the time, you would probably have a mood disorder. That is actually a mood disorder that you can have. And so understanding that this is all just part of the human experience can allow you to feel some peace in the times where you are low and you are sad. You just can't feel happy all of the time. It's not normal. Distress tolerance is an emerging construct in psychology that has been explained and explored in a bunch of different ways. But basically, it's different ways that you can self-soothe, whether you're tapping into your physical sensations, you're going on a run, or you are focusing on something else for a moment, or you're taking action to change your situation. Those are all ways of building distress tolerance without numbing, because there's a huge difference between refraining from acting in a certain way and then repressing your feelings. So, for example, your girl loves some ganja when she's feeling anxiety. And I have really kicked that habit in the ass. I do not turn to weed when I am not feeling good. Weed for me is something that I can turn to when I want to relax, when I want to get a little bit creative. But when I am feeling sad and anxious, as much as I want to go to that, because it was a habit I had for so many years, it's just not something I turn to anymore, because it's me trying to repress my feelings as opposed to refraining from having an emotional reaction, refraining from eating too much, or trying to disappear from my feelings. Repressing is not the way to go. Know that your happiness will return. Your positivity will return. Your energy will return. A better situation will arise. It's not permanent. Nothing is. Nothing is permanent. So when you're feeling like something is awful, just know it's going to pass, and it's a wave. Feel the wave. Let it wash over you. It will pass. Number 3 is tap into your discipline. This is this backbone of habits that I was talking about that I've created for myself. When you have put into place daily habits, maybe it's every other day or maybe it's weekly for you, but habits that you can rely on, that just kind of come automatically, whether that's like every single morning I brush my teeth and I make my bed, or every single day I write, or every single day I play the piano, or every single day I go for a run. Whatever that is for you, make sure that you have a set of habits that kind of feel automatic and unconscious for you, so that on the days when you feel like shit, you can fall back and kind of just go on autopilot, and your autopilot becomes this place of good, becomes a good space for you. I will tell you, the other day, I did not feel good at all. I wanted to eat. I wanted to smoke weed. I wanted to drive to the beach and just feel nothing. And although maybe some of those things, maybe like going to the beach would have helped me, what I needed to do that day was go to the grocery store and get myself some good nutrition, go to the gym, and get some things on my to-do list done. And that was going to set me up for not having an anxious Monday, you know? So tapping into those habits, even when you do not feel like doing them, that is the most important time for you to tap into your discipline. So that's what I have for you today. If you've been feeling blue, I hope that you can find some solace in this, in knowing that A, you're not alone, B, you're a human being, and C, there are things that you can do about it. All that we can do is be a little bit better than we were yesterday, or even if you'd like to think about it in a different way, just show up at the best possible level that you can today. Your best today might be different than your best tomorrow, and that's okay. Ride the wave. Thank you, my sexy people. Mwah.